Imagine being dragged through a gap in machinery no wider than a CD case. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, but it was a terrifying reality for one factory worker. In this video, we're going to dive into the shocking incident that changed a man's life forever, and the legal consequences that followed. Get ready to hear the incredible story of Matthew Lowe, a survivor who lived to tell the tale. Matthew Lowe was a factory employee at Compass Engineering in Barrow Green, Barnsley. In December of 2008, he was in a terrible accident that changed the rest of his life. He was running a machine that worked on heavy steel beams when he was quickly pulled through a small opening. Even though the hole was barely the size of a CD case, it was big enough to drag him through, leaving just his head outside. Matthew's injuries were horrible. He ripped his stomach and gut, broke his back across two places, crushed his pelvis, broke his hips, his right arm, multiple ribs. Seemed miraculous that he even lived through something so scary. Matthew Lowe talked about how the incident altered his life for good after the incident. He stressed the importance of learning from his mistakes and following job safety rules. Even though he was hurt physically, Matthew said that the incident greatly affected him mentally, and he hoped that sharing this incident would stop other people from going through the same thing. After he got better, Matthew went back and began working at Compass Engineering in a new job. This showed him how strong and determined he was, but things weren't going to be similar for him again. The event had left him with a scar that would never go away. It reminded him of the risks of working in dangerous environments. After Matthew Lowe's scary experience with the narrow machine gap, it's crucial to talk about the risks that come with some jobs. Some jobs have risks that are a big part of the job and can be very dangerous to workers' lives and health. Matthew Lowe's story is a stark warning of how dangerous it can be to work in fields with large machines and complicated processes. Unexpected events can happen in any industry, but the nature of some jobs makes them more dangerous. Jobs that involve interacting with large machinery, production procedures, or commercial machinery demand strict adherence to safety rules and strong safety measures. But, as Matthew's accident showed, forgetting to take safety steps might result in mishaps that could change your life forever. Both employees and businesses need to be aware of the risks of their chosen jobs. Employees should get through thorough training and continuous teaching about safety in their jobs. On the other hand, employers should be putting the health and safety of their workers first by ensuring safety measures, doing regular risk assessments, and fixing any problems immediately. The accident led to a review by the health and safety executive who found that the Compass Engineering and the German company Kaltenbach Limited made the machine, had broken important safety rules. At Sheffield Crown Court, the two firms were fined each €75,000 and told to pay €40,000 in costs for their parts in the mishap. Compass Engineering had to pay a penalty of €45,000 and costs of €24,000. Kaltenbach Limited had to pay a charge of €30,000 and costs of €16,000. The fines aimed to penalize businesses responsible for not protecting their workers and stopping apparent threats. It was an obvious signal that ignoring safety tips wouldn't be okay. Judge Robert Moore wasn't happy with the security precautions that were in place. He said that the machine's construction and guarding weren't good enough. He said that the accident was very predictable. The judge said that companies should put the safety of their workers first and remember to take suitable measures. The HSE's investigation showed that there were no security systems to keep workers safe from the machine's risky moving components. Compass Engineering proved to be at fault for not putting up the required measures, and Kaltenbach Limited was found to be at fault for accepting the machinery, without making sure that it met every safety standard. The court noted that the HSE sent Compass Engineering a modification notice in 2000 because another unit lacked safety features. These past of safety problems show that the company has been careless. Chris Chambers, an HSE inspector, was amazed that Matthew even survived. Matthew's tale is a good lesson about how important it is to put worker safety first in the workplace. Even though he beat the chances and survived, that shouldn't take away from the fact that he could very well have died in the unfortunate incident. Matthew's mental and physical suffering clearly indicates how terrible things can get when precautions aren't good enough. Matthew's story isn't just about his own experience. It's also about promoting knowledge and stopping accidental injuries in the workplace. It shows how important it is for businesses to prioritize staff safety and follow all health and safety rules. Companies need to put money into educational initiatives for their employees and give them clear safety rules. Machines need to be checked and fixed regularly, and the right guards and safety measures need to be implemented. At least if you want to avoid tragedies like the one Matthew had. You can't say enough about how much the accident changed Matthew's lifestyle. Besides the bodily damage, he has continuing mental problems and a completely different view of life. A traumatic incident like this can leave permanent mental scars, and businesses and society needs to help people like Matthew to get better. Matthew's strong and determined to keep going on, which is admirable, but it should never have gotten to this stage. Each employee has the right to feel safe and protected at work, and it's the employer's job to make sure that that happens. One important thing from what happened to Matthew Lowe is how important responsibility is. Firms can't just put safety steps in place, they're also responsible for ensuring they work. That involves regular checks, maintenance, and taking care of any safety issues right away. The instance of Compass Engineering and Kaltenbach Limited shows how important it is for businesses to care about their workers' well-being. Safety should be a top priority for employers, who should provide ongoing training, enforce safety rules, and do complete risk evaluations. To stop such incidents from happening in the future, it's important to hold firms responsible for any mistakes or carelessness. Responsibility goes beyond just the companies themselves. Regulators, like the health and safety executive in the past scenario, play a key part in keeping an eye on upholding the safety rules. By constantly examining workplaces and taking measures against companies that don't follow the rules, regulators help make sure that everyone has a more secure environment to work in. Matthew's story also shows how important legal penalties are for making sure people stay safe at work. The charges given to Compass Engineering and Kaltenbach Limited act as an obstacle and send an aggressive signal to other businesses. The financial fines given to the business involved show how bad the violations were and how they could affect workers' lives. By making companies deal with the results of their deeds, legal measures give managers a reason to put safety first and spend money on strong safety measures. Also, these cases get a lot of attention from the general public and highlight how important workplace safety is, which makes people and groups rethink how they do things. Matthew Lowe's scary experience with the small machine gap is an unbelievable tale that shows how important it is to be safe at work. His continued existence against all chances and the legal problems that followed for the businesses involved show the importance of strict safety measures and following rules. As the video ends, let Matthew's story serve as a call to action. Let's put the safety and health of people in every field at the top of our list. By doing this, we can stop accidents from happening and ensure that nobody else has to suffer the same psychological and physical pain that Matthew did. As a team, we can make workplaces safer and look out for the people who help the community each day. Remember that keeping your job safe is not only, the law, but also the right thing to do. Let's take note of what happened to Matthew and try to make sure that no worker ever has to go through something that scary again, or his family for that matter. With this, we're going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible videos. And we're going to meet you guys again in the next one, I hope. Thanks for watching.